And everyone else was like, "The Tomb of Annihilation, that would be cool dinosaurs."
First of all, Tomb of Annihilation is great, even if I don't approve of what Wizards of the Coast is doing.
I
Tomb,
wouldn't know. I've only played 2 sessions.
it's literally the last like Tomb of Annihilation and then Waterdeep Dragon Heist are the last two good adventures they write, and everything afterwards is just a downhill spiral. And like where they're at right now is really telling of just the mood. It's like, of course, everything's been sucky because they were preparing to destroy their own company. So why invest in good stuff? That being said, hi, we're live. This is probably our last episode of Waterdeep Epic Heist in light of what's happening with the open gaming license content. So full disclosure, if you're here watching us, don't be upset that we're playing a 5th edition game. We're trying to continue playing it for as long as possible, which may not be much longer at all. Stay tuned for anything else we might be doing. Might be this new Pathfinder. It might be something different from OLG free content that isn't bound to this awfulness. That being
like
said,
Star Wars.
like some of the Star Wars. What I was gonna say with the Star Wars discussion was the problem of the version I wanted to play was a 5th edition conversion, which is subject to the open gaming license. The Fantasy Flight Games version I wasn't a huge fan of, but it's not terrible. So, Star Wars maybe. I personally want to try Ironsworn because I have seen that game and like that's one you can play solo with other people. And they even have a sci-fi version where, if you guys wanted like a cool Star Wars, we could probably convert that over.
Cool.
Huh?
So that sounds cool.
Yeah. It's a neat system. It's very collaborative, kind of like Tales from the Loop and Things from the Flood. Also, could just do more Free League stuff because they like to throw stuff at us as a company as well. We have not tried One Ring yet, or there's still the Fallout idea that's in the back burner. There's a lot of stuff that I don't have enough time in the week to run, but I guess now that D&D is on fire, there's the potential of doing those.
Yeah, too bad, Wizards of the Coast. There are other games out there.
Yep.
Oh, City of Mist would be fun.
Yeah, City of Mist could be neat. Mass would be another fun one to do. Yeah, there's a lot of options. Anyways, speaking of options, hey, here's our options for this game. Y'all just got yourselves a beat up house, and there's a couple of orphans, and y'all are here, so you should introduce yourselves and who you're playing.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shay, or Shay the Fae, on Twitch and Twitter. Maybe not on Twitter that much longer, because Twitter's also on fire, much like Wizards of the Coast. Fuck them both. That being said, today I am playing Rose of Baldur's Gate, which this might be the last time I play Rose of Baldur's Gate, and I might have to play Rose of Galora next or something.
Rose of Galorn. I love it. Yeah, hey, Frost, how you doing?
Hey, don't do much other than hang out here with people. The Frostwind, playing Calindia, a half-elf warlock paladin, and maybe something non-wizards related next time?
Like a wizard.
Magic guy, there you go.
Magic Man. Yeah, and last but never least is our Dougler.
Hi, everybody. I am Dougler93 on Twitter, Twitch, Mastodon, and maybe something else I don't quite remember. You can find me here Wednesdays, Mondays, and still find something on Thursday. And you can find me over my own channel on Fridays and Saturdays doing art and playing games. Nothing big going on at the moment, actually. So,
And welcome to this game of H2O Depths Fire-Breathing Lizard Theft.
Yeah, exactly. So last time, because it's been a while since we played, between conventions and people not feeling
Been a while.
Yep. And people not feeling well, y'all had gone to do a job for the Zentarum, and that job involved checking in on a warehouse that had been attacked by the Xanathar's Guild. In the process, 2 of you had died. And, you got better, but the event had been pretty tragic, and y'all were like, fuck this shit, we need to get out of here. Our job is basically done. After you rescued one of the 2 kidnapped people who identified themselves as Floon Blagmar. From there, you returned to the Yawning Portal to report your success. You didn't actually tell them that you had rescued one of the 2 kidnapped people, but you did report doing your job. And from there, you ran into Voltham Gadarm, who was like, hey, sorry, I can't pay you the money I owed because resurrection costs a lot. And so instead, he gave you a beat-up house, which is where you are currently. When you arrived, one of you got hit in the face by a thrown object that was being thrown around by a trio of orphans who have been playing inside of the rundown establishment, but they introduced themselves as Squidly, Nat, and Jinx. You also continued to have objects mysteriously thrown at you from the bar after you identified yourselves as the new proprietors of the establishment, which may or may not actually be true. It definitely is because you have a deed. But we kind of stopped in the middle of you all talking to these children to decide what to do because some of your participants were a little too hyperactive for anything to actually be said or done in concrete. So we can take it up from there.
Alright, well, it's late out, right?
It is ish. Probably
Ish.
afternoon.
Okay.
Oh, no. Sorry. Strike that. Reverse it. Y'all had not stopped here. You guys went to that inn to rest for the night because you couldn't stay here. You guys had gone to... Did I mark it on this map? You had gone to a nearby inn/tavern to eat and rest. Let's see. Waterdeep. Map keys.
Well, first things first, let's get this place semi-functional. And we'll have to introduce ourselves to the folks around the alley as well.
Where's Trollskull? Dillzone Street. There we go. You guys had stopped at the Silent Shield. That's what it is. Inn/storage. So you guys had gone up the road, literally the next cul-de-sac block over, and had rested there.
Well, guess it won't hurt to meet the neighbors. Maybe somebody will know what we can do for furnishing.
Rose was gonna stay with the kids.
Were you?
Yeah.
Well, that's right. I left to go get food for everybody.
right.
Okay, well, then we will reestablish what's happening. If Rose is going to stay with the children, Galindria, you have come back with food. In the meantime, the kids are very they're kids. They're very anxious. They're very fidgety. You do not have their attention for very long because they are children. Begonia begins work sweeping because that is what their player has established that they are going to do. What are you all doing in the interim before Calindria returns? That's the word.
Rose is gonna start cleaning up the place, straighten things out, see what's useful, what's trash. It needs to be tossed.
All right, give me 1 sec because I have stuff for that. Is it this one? As for running the business, upgrades, events, side quests, good old side quests. It's not that one. Let's see here. Just give me an investigation roll for now.
Oh God.
This place is going to take a lot of work.
Uh,
I don't really need a roll for the cleaning or any of that stuff. You guys are just spending an X amount of time doing so. You've put maybe an hour or two in before Calindria's come back. Most of this effort is centered around moving damaged furniture, partly due to the children's roughhousing, into rubbish piles outside, sorting out what stuff is still good, clearing cobwebs, sweeping, dusting. It's not going to be something that can be done tonight or even tomorrow. It's going to take work, and you've only seen the ground floor. So Calindria comes back, and you all gather around a single table. They have some food, a nice stew. The children look more than eager to actually eat a warm meal, and so they've kind of piled around, and you seem to have them being more or less behaved while being bribed with food, but they are still rowdy children sitting at a table eating.
this is
Sorry, go on.
just to make sure that everybody has their own portions for it. She doesn't know how kids really act because she was never really a kid, so kids are weird. They're like people, but small.
Once I sit down, just kind of after the bowls are passed out and the kids have them. So, can you three tell me about yourselves?
We're orphans. And Nat smacks him in the back of the head. Jenks kind of says, yeah, orphans. We've been living more or less together for a couple months now. It's a lot easier to band together than to try and fend on your own. That's how you get scooped up by the thieves' guilds. Don't feel like being a pickpocket.
Well, I'm glad the three of you found each other. You said it's been a few months.
Mm-hmm.
All right. have you three survived this long? Since you've been avoiding the Thieves Guild.
Are you serious? We eat out of trash cans and we roam the city finding places to sleep. It's kind of what you do when you're a street urchin.
Well, you're not going to be doing that tonight.
We're going to be sleeping in this rundown building instead of the rundown streets?
Well, there's an inn that we were going to sleep in. We could just, pay your way.
Oh, I haven't slept in a bed in a long time.
Do any of you remember your parents?
Yeah, they're dead.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It happens. They were adventurers. My dad blew up casting a spell.
That's sad to hear.
Yeah, there used to be something called arcane spell failure, and apparently you're not supposed to wear armor.
Weird.
The Thaco fairy walks by and kind of looks in the window for a moment and then keeps going.
Get out of here, Thaco!
See, you're gaming more.
You're too complicated. No one likes you. Get out of here.
He came back and was the hero we deserved. No, he wasn't. We killed the crap out of him. Did we kill him? I think we killed him.
You apprehended him. He did come back and help you in the final fight, and gave a speech about, or gave like a brief quip about letting the younger generation take over.
Boy, that moment didn't age well, did it, Thaco?
Nope. All right. Well, if you three are willing to stick around, I'll make sure you get fed proper so you actually have the nourishment you need to become proper adventurers.
Free food? Hell yeah, we're sticking around.
All right, then. Once Rose finishes, I'm gonna stand up. All right, I'm going to go around the neighborhood, see who's here, and figure some stuff out. We'll talk to Volo tomorrow.
Yeah, he's supposed to tell us something or another, I think. Or give us details.
You're here to have the notary sign the deed over to you tomorrow.
Right? I'll come with you so we talk to people.
Alrighty.
Pip, stay here and don't do anything bad.
The bird kind of chirps at you.
Am I the bad in this conversation?
Chirp, 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 chirp.
Those times weren't my fault, okay?
Chirp, 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 chirp. It holds up a wing. Chirp, 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 chirp.
That one was. Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Chirp, 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 chirp.
Wow, 2 clowns? I'm just guessing. I don't know what they said.
It's old Slappy Jack. Alright, so Rose is setting off on her own.
Chris is gonna go with Rose.
Which direction are you heading, Rose?
I'll start with the nearest, which appears to be this little shop right here.
Okay. When you open the door and you step inside, you hear a little jingle-lingle-lingle-lingle-lingle, and you hear blah, 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 blah. and there's a elven woman who is. Let me actually get the details right, because I think this one, yeah, non-binary. Sorry, not an elven woman. You see that there is an androgynous elf here. The sign over the building was labeled Coralon's Crown. And you see an herbalist with a soil-stained apron and some tools. And there are just rows of plants and little bushes that seem to be moving of their own accord and singing to the chiming rings of the door opening. And she says, "Oh, dear God, could you please stop singing?" Or they say, "Could you stop singing for just a moment? We have customers." And one of the bushes is just like, "Wah." And they walk up and they're like, "Sorry about that. Welcome to Coralon's Crown."
Oh, no worries.
I think it's cool.
Fascinating place. We are likely moving in to that abandoned building next door. We'll have to be fixing it up, of course, but I wanted to walk around, get to know the neighbors, and might have to furnish it with some life.
Oh, they're finally renovating the old Troll Skull Manor. That's good. It's been bad for business these last couple of months ever since the former proprietor was tragically passed away.
Do you happen to know
Yes.
what happened?
To shreds, you say?
I didn't say,
No.
but that's fascinating.
There was a tragic accident, and the owner, Leaf, had lived there for some time, and I think he owed money to somebody because the reports were not very nice on what ended up happening to poor Leaf.
That kind of tragic accident. Oh.
To shreds, you say?
I don't suppose you know if there's a lien on the place, because they could get us in trouble.
I don't pay attention to other buildings' finances, no.
Okay.
You said his name was Liff.
Yes, Liv. He operated the establishment as a tavern for quite some years, well respected in the area, but like I said, he seemed to have run afoul of somebody.
That's a shame.
Yep, he really loved that place.
Well, hopefully we can do his legacy some good.
Well, he wasn't the first and probably isn't going to be the last owners. Hopefully you'll be the last owners. Hopefully nothing bad will happen to you all.
Yeah, probably be very cautious of who we borrow money from.
Indeed. Most people tend to break thumbs, but it seemed he owed a lot of money if that were the case.
Pardon my manners. I'm Rose. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Rose.
I'm
what-
Twist.
Twist, hello. No
We have a
Calendria?
couple other companions as well, Calendria and Begonia.
Oh,
And my friend Pip.
and your friend Pip. I'm Fala. Fala Lefelier. Yes. Lefelier. La 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 la. Bloop. Because none of those stat blocks actually matter. Fala doesn't get into fights. He just statted them as a druid.
Huh, I almost spelled their last name right.
I was off by an eye.
Yeah. Fantasy names, you always have to add extra vowels.
Well, I had two E's, not two I's.
Well, it's nice to make your acquaintance.
You as well. How much do the plants usually go for?
Well, these plants are quite special. They're awakened. A bit of a alchemical accident that had spilled into the soil. It kind of brought them to life, and now I can't get them to stop singing. And they're just like, blah, 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 blah. And they're harmonizing together and sounding really well. And she says, I would probably sell one for 50 gold.
All right.
But if you do need that tavern spruced up, I'm sure we could work out an arrangement to get some flower beds or something going in there for you.
I would like flower
That'd
beds,
be
yes.
nice. There is also quite a bit of rotten wood. Do you happen to use that for fertilizer?
I suppose I could. I suppose before we start talking of any business, have you worked out your guild contracts yet?
Not quite yet. We are signing the deed is being signed over to us tomorrow, so just kind of going around and getting an idea right now.
Wonderful. Just understand that we can't actually do any proper business until such things are done.
Oh, of course. Well, Fala, it is a pleasure to meet you.
And you as well.
Thank you. Hopefully we'll be seeing more of each other more often. I give her a wink. I give them a wink.
And they nod. They say, "I look forward to seeing you and your business flourish."
I will definitely be back.
I
That's
haven't
the
even
best ever.
made the alchemical stuff yet.
Who says it was you who made it?
On to the next one.
On to the next one.
What does this sign say?
Look at Shay speed running all the locations she knows. This one is the sign for Steam and Steel. During the daylight hours, smoke and steam billow from the many windows around this indoor forge where metal weapons, armor, and tools are made. The forge is owned and operated by a married couple that you see when you first walk in, manning the a fresh hot piece of iron with his hammer. A shirtless fire ganassi is busy hammering away, while their husband, a water ganassi, is busy dousing a more finished piece into one of the water troughs. You end up seeing Embrick and Avi. Fire ganassi and a water ganassi, and together they make steam. And Avi looks up from his work and he says, "Darling customer." And Embrick turns and he says, "Ah, welcome to the Steam and Steel. Are you looking to have something forged?"
Oh, greetings. We may indeed be looking to have something forged in the relative future. But for the time being, we're actually very likely going to be moving into the Troll Skull Manor.
Oh, and they both kind of perk up and they say, "Well, nobody's lived in there for quite a while. That's good to hear. Somebody finally taking that decrepit old lot and turning it into something good."
Yes, I heard there was some unfortunate tragedy that occurred there, but hopefully we can bring that building back into operation.
Yes, quite tragic what ended up happening to Lif, but it's good to hear that you all are going to take a crack at it. Hopefully nothing bad will happen to you all. I'm sure.
That's what the last person said too.
Well,
I did feel it pertinent to introduce ourselves to the local neighbors, as it were.
It is the neighborly thing to do. Welcome to Troll Skull Alley.
Thank you kindly. I'm Rose and this is Twist. We have a couple
Hello.
of companions as well,
I'm Emric. This is my husband, Avi.
and a fine couple you two make.
I see this. Let's just say
I
I see
am-
this theme.
Yeah. I am actually. I think I am actually taking a look around the forge, as it were. Rose being a fighter.
Yep. They may have all manner of weapons and armor on display right now. They primarily work with metals, so it is all very fine craftsmanship and quality.
Oh, this is definitely going to have to be a place I stop by later.
I would hope so. You look like you're more than capable of swinging a sword.
This one's seen, and I think she draws the bastard sword a little bit. It's seen a bit of time. Might need a little bit of a touch up, maybe some new armor as well. But we'll see about that. First things first, gotta make sure that house is up.
Yes, that place is going to take a lot of work. I'm not envious of your task ahead of you.
Don't suppose you do nails and such, or is it mostly armor and weapons here?
Any blacksmith worth their salt can do a menial task as nail making.
Wasn't sure if then we might actually be back here quite a bit sooner.
Wonderful.
Alright, well, it's a pleasure to meet both of you.
It was nice meeting you as well. I hope to do business with you soon.
Of course.
You'll be around.
On to the next building without a roof.
On to the next building without a roof. And you enter into another room. A small wooden sign above this shop's main door is bare, except for a large bent nail sticking out of it. The front room contains displays of ornate wooden furniture, as well as a selection of bows and crossbows. The wall behind the counter is lined with rows of finely carved wooden canes, quarterstaffs, and shields.
Step inside.
And when you
Oh,
step
dirty.
inside, you see that there is a male half-elf manning the counter. He's currently carving something. What is he carving? Who cares? It's not that important. He looks up and he says, "Welcome to the Bent Nail."
Hello.
Hello.
Greetings. I'm Rose. Here is Twist. We're likely going to be moving into Troll Skull Manor, and wanted to introduce ourselves to our likely new neighbors.
All right. Welcome, potential neighbors.
And I suppose we are likely going to be having business to do a lot of woodwork, yes?
Hey, push to talk.
You got to remember your push to talk.
Sorry. And it looks like we'll be doing quite a bit of business if we're to get that place fixed up.
Oh, well, as long as you have the guild license to do so, I can provide any carpentry needed.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. Can I have your name, sir?
You can call me Tally. Fellbranch. Tally Fellbranch. Everybody calls me Tally.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure's all mine.
You
He does
sound
yawn.
exhausted.
It's because I am. I work for a living.
Well, we'll not keep you then.
That's fine. Not like you were buying anything, but it's good to see that there's new faces in here.
Okay.
Well, we'll be around.
I hope
Just
so.
Definitely need the help. Bye.
Have a good one.
That guy was sleepy.
Yeah.
Kinda sleepy.
Just an interesting reaction, I guess.
Yeah, I think most of them don't think we're going to live very long here.
I can't imagine why they expect we're gonna die.
Does seem a little rude.
What? No.
Okay.
Sometimes it just happens.
There's a sign hanging over this one. It says Tiger's Eye, Private Detective. There's a sign directly underneath it that says by appointment only.
Okay.
Oh, it's a detective.
It's a private detective. He detects privates. Here's one.
By appointment only. Well, not sure how one makes an appointment if we can't walk in. But I guess we'll meet them in time.
Maybe we have to shove a letter underneath their door. Or touch
that
the
was-
through at the window.
That was my thought as well. A little hello, written hello. We got our work cut out tomorrow. Next.
And lastly, the front of this bookstore is adorned with a charming sign of a gold dragon curled around a treasure hoard of books and scrolls. It's listed as Bookworm's Treasure. Inside, the shop is decorated with beautiful hardwood, and the earthy scent of old books permeates the air. The library fills 2 floors of this 3-story building and it somehow seems to contain more shelves than the building should be able to hold. The shop is managed by a short dragonborn of gold dragon ancestry who lives on the 3rd floor. So they look up from what they were doing and they say, hello. Welcome to Worm's Treasure. It is good to make your acquaintance.
There's those extra vowels again.
What? Oh. Yes. Fantasy names tend to be very long and exaggerated. They lack the concise constraints of human nomenclature.
Well, greetings. I'm Rose, and this is Twist.
Greetings and salutations.
We are to be moving into Trollskull Manor come tomorrow, and we'll be having a lot of work to do. And I figured it pertinent to introduce ourselves to the neighbors, and perchance, you wouldn't happen to have a super basic spell scroll or book or something, like a little cantrip or something. Something safe.
Like the light cantrip.
You wish to purchase a simple spell. You do not seem the type that are capable of magic. Your small friend, however, I detect the spark of ingenuity within them. What sort of spell are you hoping for? Light, you said? I may have something. And they look through and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll me a d8, please, Pip. Pip, not Twist. Pip. Twist, roll a d8. 2. They say, this is a scroll that will detect sources of magic. I'm sure you are familiar with such a thing. And you'll hold it within his own grasp, but close enough to as if offering it if you were willing to pay. You may purchase it for 25 dragons.
I need to double check to see if I have that spell or not. I do have that spell.
I think she wanted to buy it for the orphans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Magic is a safe spell.
Well, if you say it's safe, then yes. We'll do that
I
one.
have yet to see anyone die from detecting magical auras. Though I did hear a funny story of a paladin who went to the 9 hells and tried to find evil within the auras there. They were not able to see again.
That would be blinding, yes.
Some say paladins often dump their common sense.
You hear that.
You hear that. But at least they were not able to sense Strahd von Zarovich.
This...
I'll,
Miss Bondale, she knows who that is.
yeah, I'll pay out for that.
I'll go halfsies with you.
Oh, all right. I'll take the 13 then.
Okay. Then I put in 10.
A pleasure doing business with you.
And you as well.
And you, yes. We will probably be back for... Honestly, I just like books. So I'll just be back.
If there is anything else you need or require, Rishal the Page Turner is always here to provide.
A pleasure to meet you, Rishal.
The pleasure is mine. They bow.
Very nice meeting you.
Hey, Twist.
Yes.
Do we happen to have a spare short bow?
Don't think I have a short bow. I think I have a crossbow.
We'll need a short bow.
Maybe
And the
back to
entrance
the
is-
carpentry guy?
Yeah, in the interest of saving time, if it's okay, I'll just grab a short. I'll subtract the money and grab a short bow off the list.
That's fine.
Okay.
Time to eat some slime.
It's time to duel.
Meanwhile, Calendria has murdered the children.
The last body is being hidden under the floorboards.
Listen, you left her alone with these kids. What'd you think was gonna happen?
They'd end up tying her up to a chair and they're just running around making a mess.
Basically, that is what happened, yes.
All of you saw Calendria's flaw in the character sheet. Hates kids enough to kill them.
Oh, no, the actual outcome is that they have overtaken you and you are tied to a chair.
She's walking around like flexing, carrying two of them at a time.
Probably also accurate.
Wow. Good to see everyone's getting along.
It's the fuzz. So, how are the neighbors?
Most of them are quite amicable, but they all seem like they think we're gonna die.
Yeah. That's kind of worrying, honestly.
Yeah, I think the people who live here might have a history of borrowing from the wrong people. Perhaps? Question mark?
Yeah,
What
the
the-
last guy, Liff, apparently had an accident.
Well, then I suggest we don't borrow money. That will ensure none of us meet a similar fate.
Kind of like looking around the house. We might have to borrow a little bit. I think it's
Is this
more
how
a
you
matter
want?
of.
Is this how you want to meet the previous owners? Because this is how we meet the previous owner.
I
I think the
mean,
previous owner threw a mug at me earlier.
I didn't see anything thrown at you.
Someone threw a mug.
There's also a table thrown at Calendria, too.
Look, that could have been anything, including ghosts. But not specifically a ghost thing. It could have been somebody had the furniture tied up poorly and it fell.
Yeah, it could have
Granted-
fallen sideways. You don't know.
Granted, it
Gravity
came
doesn't work that way.
that in perpendicular, which is quite odd, but look, what do ghosts and gravity have to do with anything? One defies the other. It's fine. Maybe we should look for like an exorcist in the city when we can.
That'd be
Well,
helpful.
Yeah, there's a wood carver here. There's an herbalist, a smith. Smith and wood carver are probably going to be the ones we talk to. There's also a librarian and a PI. We did not meet the PI.
You're thinking appointments.
PI meets us.
Well, I mean, I suppose so. If he's doing investigations, you'd probably have to set a meeting up with him because he might be out doing private investigating, I assume.
Yeah,
Or
I'll mock up
drunk.
I'll mock up a letter saying hello. Once we sign the deed tomorrow.
So we might want to keep the herbalist in mind too. Use some things, freshen up the place. Depending on what we do with it, we could use it.
Here's singing plants I want to meet. I'll have.
Plants are always nice, and maybe we can get some small kind of herb garden growing, make food good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, that's actually a really good idea. Alright, well, I say let's turn in for the evening and we'll get to work tomorrow.
Sounds fair.
We will have to sign a bunch of guild membership things. A lot of
Yeah.
HOA crap.
I should have asked for a logbook for the librarian.
Oh, I've got to join a guild? Or do we just need some kind of paperwork from them?
Paperwork. You know, so we're allowed to operate.
Well, it depends on what we're operating. Just living here, I assume we wouldn't need it, but if you
Well,
have plans for what we're doing here, I'm more than welcome to share them.
we've got a bar. We've got plenty of room. Haven't seen the upstairs yet, but I'm guessing there's quite a few rooms because they said it was rented out as a tavern before. What do you think we do with rooms, a bar, and plenty of room for entertainment? Theme nights?
Easy, we turn this place into a brewery. Problem solved.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to be serving drinks. I wonder how many rooms we have upstairs.
I guess we could go check. However, I don't know if I want to muscle in on the inn game, considering there's a place not too far from here already.
Yeah, they might take exception to that.
If Durham doesn't like it, well, he cut a guy in half. I don't want to be that guy when he gets mad at business.
Here's the thing: there's not just one tavern in Waterdeep, and
sure, but
Durnan's
then-
place is on the opposite side of the city.
But now, what if
And
he
his
aggressively
is-
expands?
He's not going to expand. He has to stick around that giant hole in the floor.
Well, actually, what if he expands and then we get to run the place?
Franchising out the yawning portal.
I mean, if we end up finding that there's a giant hole leading to the Undermountain, then I don't know, maybe. But I'm kind of doubting there's a giant hole. You know what? I'm gonna check. I'm gonna see if there's a giant hole. Looks like there's a trap door here, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it for traps.
No, don't do it. That's why it's called a trapdoor. It wants you to fall for its trap.
16.
You're confident it's not trapped.
It's not trapped. I opened it up.
You
It
hit by an arrow.
explodes.
How the fuck?
It's a true
God
door.
damn it, Squidly.
God damn it, Squidly. Yeah, Squidly puts the bow down.
Yeah.
He said, "Ah, gotcha."
Yeah.
It
Gets
opens.
attack.
It opens to a. Oh, hold on. Let me do this. Let me do this. This will be much easier. This will be much easier. I say. So saith I.
3 weeks later.
Dynamic lighting. Yep. Copy. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Wow, you sure this doesn't lead to the Underdark? Oh, Jesus!
This is what it looks like when it's cleaned up.
This is what it looks like when it's cleaned up.
Cool.
Did I add the?
Definitely going to need the obelisk for those streams.
I may not have added the cellar. Stand by.
Standing by.
Why do you loop?
Quieting you.
Loop. So over here, standing in a corner, Blair Witch Pro style. That means Calendria's gonna die. guys can stay that size. More or less accurate. Alright, let's see here. Maps. Dragon Eyes. Paid. Where's the troll skull? This is what happens when Shay asks for stuff that's not part of the map. Not that one.
Is the first floor like 2 stories?
No.
I'm just looking at the second floor spot, and it looks a lot like the first floor.
Oh, that's wonderful. So that's not right either. Wait, no, actually that is correct. Wait, no it's not. What the hell?
Yeah, it looks like the first floor without the...
Yeah, without the
trees.
stuff. That's not right either. What the hell?
Weird.
That's not right. I hate the way this is sorted out. Troll Skull Manor. Did I use a... I don't think I used a different map, so why does that one look so different? Broke the game, Shay.
I'm just that good.
That one's empty. Okay. Bottom. Repaired. That's nighttime. Did I use a different troll skull map? I feel like I didn't use a different map, but why am I not finding the one I'm looking for?
Would we like to do Theater of the Mind? And since
I,
we're not even sure we're continuing this.
yeah, since we're probably not going to continue this, it's just a small cellar. It looks like it used to be a point that would it would have served as a wine cellar at one point, but just like the rest of the place, it's gone into disrepair. It's a dirt floor. You go down a little staircase because a stepladder would be really dangerous with wine casks and bottles. It's a small staircase from the trapdoor, and it looks like it could also use a lot of work. I don't know what your actual exploration question was anymore because I got tied up into looking for all of that.
Is to make sure there wasn't a yawning portal. In
Oh,
the basement.
yeah,
There,
no,
I sent you a mock-up of the basement in the chat.
it's a small cutout room, and there is no evidence of access to the Underdark.
Good place for liquor storage, but no yawning portal. Alright, I come back up.
Yep, that exactly.
Everyone, you're not going to believe this.
Well,
There's a hole leading into the Underdark. No, it's empty. It's a cellar. Ah, shit!
well, crap baskets.
You are ambushed by a bunch of drow that emerge from the Underdark.
Not again.
Oh yes, again.
Throw the children at them. It'll be the first real test.
Throw the children at them.
They're the most expendable and easiest to catch anyway.
It's true. It's true.
All right. Well, let's
To go find a place because we are not having children sleep on a cold, beat up floor.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, if we stay here, we're, like, breaking out the camp supplies.
And dealing with the haunting.
Only slightly haunted.
Look, if you're okay with dealing with a ghost all night, we can camp here. The first thing we'll have to do is start cleaning.
We'll get to that. Let's go. Let's go get some beds.
You all bed down for the night. Do 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 do. Sleep noises. With that being said, these kids will just be out of the way for now. It's morning, and with morning, you all meet back up after eating breakfast, and you find that Volothamp is there waiting for you all, along with another gentleman, in order to finalize, what he said was, you need to have it notarized and signed officially once this has been given over to you guys. And so, one sec, make sure I have all the information correctly. So this is what it should have looked like. The layout of the manor. There's your wine cellar and the stairs down to the tap room. So it got messed up. Sorry, I didn't notice that it screwed that up. But that's how it is. It's a essentially 4-story with the attic space having a bedroom as well. There's also a turret that can be used to look out for, or a nice little quiet reading space, wine cellar, ale cellar, tap room, your main floor, blah 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 blah. But there's quite a few bedrooms in there, really. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bedrooms, really. You could convert the library study if you were desperate. But when you that's chapter 1. I don't need chapter 1. We're done with chapter 1. Okay. Where's the part where just Volo has you sign this over? No, not that. Anyways, he arrives with a notary, and he basically says, my friends, it's good to see you all again. As of course you know, here is the deed. I gave you all time to look it over, see if there was anything that you wanted to bring to our attention before you sign it over. This is my notary. Their name is not important, but it is on here. It is Keenlin Silmerkelv. Yep, that's their name. Keenlin Silver. That's what's written on here, so that's what I'm going with. I have already signed it. Volothamp Kadarm, scholar, traveler, storyteller, extraordinaire. I'm also an excellent lover, if you are willing to believe such a thing. But if you all could sign your names, Begonia signs, of course.
Wow, one wonders, there's a part 2.
There is a part 2.
Yep. I will sign the deed.
Ooh.
This will also sign.
There is also, of course, the fee of your guild licenses and contracts. It needs to be paid up front before any repair costs are handled, and the notary says, as a representative of the homeowners, blah blah blah, whatever, such and such, he's willing to take the payment. And they had discussed it with you last time you saw Volo. It's a upfront fee of 250 gold to begin renovations on the establishment. Also, it basically covers. It's the groundwork that covers your ability to renovate, license out other contractors, and operate the building.
I can just barely cover it.
You're not paying it all by yourself.
All right, I'll put down 100.
I'll put down 100.
I'll put down the last 50 then.
Woo. Excuse me.
Fantastic.
Wonderful. I am happy to hear that you all are satisfied with our arrangement. With that, down the wrong
I
way.
pat Volo's back. Are you all right?
Nope, still dying. We are all dying, technically.
Oh,
Some of us have died more than others.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Dude, bird beak face.
This is the house. This is the house of healing. Everybody relax. At least it will be once we get things going.
1,000-yard stare from Volo, Rose, and Twist.
Yep.
PTSD dog.
We've all died at least once. Some of us more than others. That being said, Volo bids you all a good day. The guild representative says very much the same. And so, you guys basically now own a rundown building. Congratulations.
All right.
Take that, Mom and Dad, who said I'd never own property.
Time to flip a house.
All right, give me a strength roll, please.
Okay.
Quest will give moral support.
Natural one. The house flips onto you and you die.
Yep. Not again.
Table.
I actually worked prepared today, though.
Yeah. In all seriousness, though, Rose is gonna take out the bow, a quiver, and short sword, and a scroll, and set them all down on the counter. I have a quest for you three.
Oh boy, I love quests.
All right. So, what are the three of you good at, first of all? What are your talents, your skills?
Calindria, you're shot with an arrow. I shoot good. I know magic. Nat
That's
hits
really
both of them with
good.
her sword.
All right, so we got someone who's nimble, someone who's smart, and someone who's strong. These items, I will give to you after the quest is complete. As part of this quest, you will be training with me to make sure that you can handle these items. The other part of the quest is to make sure that you all get treated well, and to do that, we're gonna need some supplies. How good are you at procuring supplies?
You mean stealing? We steal really well.
You're not gonna steal, you're gonna barter.
Oh,
And you're gonna fend off anyone who tries to steal it from you.
cool. I haven't killed anyone yet. I'm looking forward to it.
Alright. Well. I'm just gonna give them give them a shopping list along with some gold. It's just going to be basic foodstuffs, and I will make sure to spend an hour practice sparring with them. You know, make sure give them tips on how to handle themselves in certain combat situations. That's going to be the first hour. Once I send them on the grocery run, just to occupy them so they're not in a dangerous renovating area, I'm going to go around and make sure that we see how much it will cost us to renovate, particularly speaking with Imbrikavi and Tally.
Imbric, Avi, and Tally all arrive at the tavern after you've sent the children off. So they give you a generous, rough estimate. Not gonna lie to you, this is gonna take a lot of work.
Well,
1,000 gold in 3 work weeks is our estimate. That's to repair the place. That doesn't include your furnishings, your additional contract fees, licensing out, any of the other specialist stuff. Like this is just the basic carpentry repairs and stuff that I can work with Embrick and Avri on. You're going to need somebody to fix up your chimney, which is a different guild. You're going to need to talk to the plumbers and sewage guild. Did they go over all of this with you before you signed it over?
They did not.
Awesome. It also doesn't include your furnishings. So depending on how much you want to furnish this place, I know there's like living space above it as well. So if you guys are planning to live here, you're going to need to, furnish your manor as well. He says, here's some price ranges. If you wanted to go cheap, the minimal is 20 gold. If you just want basic furniture, it's 200. You want comfortable arrangements, closer to 4. Lavish, you want to live it up like you're in the higher end of Waterdeep, it's closer to 1,200.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what was the repair price again?
1,000.
1,000 gold.
1,000. Mm-hmm.
That's just for the ground floor, or is that?
That's to renovate the entire carpentry side of the manor itself.
Okay, so
the whole establishment is 1,000 gold in 15 days.
And then furnishing it all, if we want top end, would be another 1,200.
If you want it top end, it's another 1,200.
That might be a bit much, but I think comfortable is a good range.
We can also get you in touch with other people who want to, if you wanted to work on some other things, like your kitchen is going to need a lot of work. Your kitchen's going to need work. They can work on a larder for you. Your cellar's going to need work. That's a stonemason's guild contract. You don't have your privies are going to need work. That's another a guild contract. If you wanted to add guest rooms, you can make this into an inn more than a tavern. There's also room for stables if you really want to entertain such a thing. Got this little back alley here. You can add places for people to park their horses. Or
Say we wanted to go to the full-on like tavern with the horses and everything. We have to fix it all up. What would that run us? A rough estimate.
All right, you want the whole kit and caboodle?
Sure, a whole kit and caboodle. Comfortable.
Comfortable, not lavish.
Do we want lavish?
Nah.
Well, let's find out comfortable first, then we'll see what lavish would be.
Well, if we know comfortable, then we know lavish is going to be 800 more.
Okay, so the staff, if you wanted to. All right, so manor furnishings, comfortable is 400 gold. If you wanted,
The stables.
well, no, I'm
and-
looking at other things. There's security enhancements, which includes magical wards and things to keep monsters from getting in. That's 200 gold. If you want a wall,
That's not bad. 200 gold's pretty good for warding.
yeah. If you want something like a small wall or a fence around it, that's another 800 gold. Refurnish your library is 1,000 gold. Well, you can worry about the tavern staff on your own. You want to renovate your tap room. Moderate is closer to what this is. That's another 500 gold. I hope somebody's writing this down.
We're up to 3,300 with the refurbishment and the.
Is that your? Do you have the tap room on there?
No, what was the tap room?
Tap room is 500 with the moderate moderate quality. Your kitchen is 500 at a moderate quality. 500 for a larder at moderate quality. Moderate cellar is 650. Fixing up your privies is another 500. If you wanted to add guest rooms, it becomes 400 for one room, 650 for two rooms, 900 for three rooms, or 1150 for four rooms, 1400 for five. This basically is adding another floor. You can get up to 6 rooms basically, and it looks like it adds on another 150-ish to it, and it kind of exponentially increases from there. A stable of moderate quality is 800 gold. And if you wanted to add a coach house, that becomes another 650 at moderate quality.
How much are we looking at, Calandria?
So much.
We're only doing 4 guest rooms. Because I don't know how many rooms there are to spare to turn them into guest rooms, or if that's just in addition to what we have. He writes down on some parchment and turns it and slides it over to Rose with the 4 guest rooms totaling 8,350 gold.
Oh,
Yeah,
Now I
owning
know
a
why
business
so
isn't
many-
cheap.
Now I know why so many people have died here.
Only one person, technically.
Technically,
How is
Technically.
it technically?
That could be proven.
one person technically died here, which means the others were taken out of here before they died.
Yeah, it's like a Disneyland thing. They didn't technically die on the grounds because they moved them outside of it.
back in city.
All right, and if we
Oh,
put
no.
our backs into some of the work, getting rid of the refuse, etc., would that help whittle it down?
Not by much, but it would. I mean, are you capable of doing carpentry, stonesmithing, or any of that stuff? You know, the guilds tend to not like having unlicensed people work on that stuff. So
Well,
you'd have to speak to each of them individually, and I'm not willing to lose my guild license having unlicensed people work on it. And it's kind of the whole reason that you have to go through the guilds.
that's understandable. No, my skills are more fighting, brewing, cooking, and fucking.
Not
Oh.
in that order.
Yeah,
'Cause they range and level.
unfortunately, none of that's really beneficial for renovations.
I mean, they could be.
Maybe they could help you get the gold to pay for them.
It is true.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh boy.
Well, I definitely don't want to get it from our last employer.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
You don't want to get the money from Volo?
Volo wasn't our last employer.
Who was your last
The
employer?
Xanathars were.
Oh, that's right. I mean, you could.
Oh, but what if we join them?
What if you joined them?
All right.
I mean, the Zentarum were your last ones. You guys
Oh yeah, we killed them.
Zentarum.
you pissed off the
Yes.
Xanathar.
We didn't leave anybody alive to be pissed off until they found out they weren't alive.
Yeah, there's also missing persons that we probably should deal with as well.
True. We just rewarded that one.
Yep. Well, we could send a couple people to pick up that little the details of that little situation.
You just send the children to go rescue him. They're adventurers now.
Yeah.
We gave children actual weaponry.
You did.
I'm said I'm going to give it to them after I know they can handle it, which entails them getting trained.
Rose, picking up a bag of bananas does not equate short bow proficiency.
Hence,
I
why
mean,
they're
I guess
being
it's a-
trained.
I mean, I guess it depends on if you're using the short bow to get the bananas, but
You seen me spend an entire hour teaching them, and that hour is going to continue day to day.
they're children. Do you know how they'll retain none of this?
It will be an important lesson.
You'll
No,
teach them
they're-
this. They'll leave here.
they're-
One of them will fart, and they'll completely forget everything you taught them today because they'll all be laughing at it.
No, they're children. This is the perfect time for them to start learning.
Orphans. They got other things. They got other things to worry about.
They're not orphans now. Rose adopted them.
Oh
yeah,
no, we
that
didn't
reminds
speak to
me.
the adoption guild yet, so
you
we're not.
you haven't.
that.
Technically, they're squatters.
They're guests in our new place.
And we sent them to their job, so I think they're tenants.
They don't pay rent, so
They did a job though for us.
That's
and they're
true.
occupants.
Occupants. Occupados.
We acknowledge their existence, but they are not on the lease to ensure our credit does not drop.
Well,
Wow.
we have to get to work.
You have to get to a lot of work. 8,400 gold.
So much. Work.
Holy.
That's a lot of gold.
I mean,
Yeah,
granted,
the
once we've
horse tracks.
once we've turned it into a proper inn, we could start making that money back. But
Pay off a good chunk of it. What's the best way to make money?
I've heard adventuring's very lucrative.
killing
Exactly,
a
a
rich
disembodied
person,
voice.
Oh, did you guys get rid of the people you were getting a quote from? Because you didn't say goodbye to them.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I thought that was just someone behind me.
No.
Just a disembodied. Sorry. Yes. I turn to them and I say exactly.
They were like, "Oh, were we supposed to leave?" You didn't say anything.
No, that didn't happen. Look, I've got one eye. It's a little hard to see.
That's
And she
fair.
did mention
You
sex, so she's a
can't-
bit distracted.
You can't stand on that side or feel the depth is gone. You know, it's just it's terrible.
That's so rude.
Look, I have one eye to enjoy the eye candy around me. So, you know.
Mm-hmm.
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 Just gonna leave
It's
it at
all of
that.
her. Just means all of her other senses are focused now. They're more intense.
Lightning.
Very focused. I can feel the vibrations in the ground 10 feet around me.
Squidly hits you with an arrow from behind.
God damn it! That was more than 10 feet away.
Gotcha. Hey, we made it back with the bananas.
All right, fantastic. Guess what? Guess I'll be cooking up some banana stuff. Good work.
Yep. I don't know how these were ripe in springtime, but we got them.
That is kind of weird.
Druidcraft?
It must be.
Magical
Druidcraft.
storage.
Can Druid craft bananas? That's wild.
I get it, Druid, wild.
Technically.
Ah, ha, ha, ha. Ah, ha, ha, ha.
All right. I will spend the afternoon to make some. I'll break out my cooking stuff. I'm not gonna cook in there because that's a hazard right now.
Probably wouldn't cook in there, no.
Yeah. So I'll make some banana cream pie and peanut butter banana sandwiches.
I'm having an allergic reaction just listening to this.
Look, you're the one that had them get bananas.
No, Frost said bananas. I just ran with it. You didn't actually specify what you sent them out to get.
Hey,
Yeah,
they
I
were
gave them a
already
nebulous
gone.
list of things.
They were already gone. They couldn't have been here for the banana joke.
Yeah, and actually, we cut to immediately after you sent them out, and they're like, "What does it say?" I don't know. I can't read. And then they throw the list away because they're orphans. You see, they don't have education. You managed to get your bananas.
They did. Hey, where are the rest of the ingredients?
What are the rest of the ingredients? All it said on there was bananas.
It said more. Wait. Can you not read?
Nope.
All right. Gather around. I'm going to teach you basic letters.
After one day, they are
While I
mastered.
cook.
They have mastered reading.
Look, they got to start sometime.
That's true.
If
No,
they master
here.
it in one day, that's going to be impressive.
Here, and Colunger will take a piece of parchment and she'll draw the ingredients out.
Mm.
Onion,
Onion.
whatever, tomato, whatever we need. She'll be like,
Tapatio. All right.
Hey, Twist, do you want to
beef
help me cook?
Wellington.
Sure. Oh,
Fantastic.
just gonna cast good berries too, so we have a bunch of those.
Mm-hmm.
You want to put good berries in these in this banana cream pie? Banana berry cream pie.
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
Never mind, you all enjoy your pie. I'm going to write a few letters, one to the detective and things like that.
Yep.
What do these
very
letters
interesting.
entail?
For the detective will be an introduction, that they're new and all that. I guess if he's ever interested in coming by, or if it's
Just a letter of
if he
introduction.
yeah. Then she's gonna write to the city-renowned chef Rorden Gamzee to see if they'll renovate their kitchen because it's a nightmare currently, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Not only is he a world-renowned chef, he's also a cleric.
Mention there's children in need. He likes kids.
It's true. He does like children. For dinner. Not really. For
The
dinner.
maker of Hotel Hell and Kitchen Nightmares comes Manor Madness.
But 16 if I have advantage from the help, or just 12.
It's probably just the 12 because the conditions you're working in would probably counteract your help. And it's an adequate meal. It's not bad at all.
fair, it's hard to mess up bananas.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you two kids stay safe. Also, I do hand a slice of some of the meal to our other guests who are giving us estimates because I'm a good host, even in bad conditions. And say, let's go deal with this quest. Figuring out probably this missing person. 'Cause that probably pays well.
They went to a whole warehouse and stabbed a bunch of dudes, and all we got was like 100 gold each. I don't know.
Yeah. If you guys are going to be heading off to the quest, why don't we pause here? Because I don't want you getting into that without Naomi.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, I was literally typing that out into the group chat as you said it, so I'll just say it here. Every time we're down a person and you guys, like, these games, we go off into combat, that's usually when the TPK happens, because somebody's missing. So I'm always paranoid about that, and plus, you know...
To be fair, we might have better luck given the TPK almost happened with everybody.
That's also fair, but that was probably just bad group tactics. But no, I would rather, if you guys are going to start a main quest thing, everybody be there. So we'll stop here. You got the nitty gritty of it done. I will write up the full cost list for you guys so you have it. And then if this game continues, we'll be back next week. Or no.
Yeah.
We won't be back.
Yeah.
It's the 26th that Naomi has their thing. So we will be back next week if this game continues. If this game doesn't continue, we'll probably be back next week as well because we'll have a week to figure out what we want to do. So we'll figure that out and come back to it then. So y'all have a great night, and we'll see you around. And if you have a D&D Beyond subscription, make sure you cancel it so that Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro understand that this open gaming license nonsense is not okay. I canceled mine. You can check. I posted it and told everybody to do the same thing. So there you go. Have a great night. Be safe. And is Pathfinder out yet?